I'm Cookie, and welcome back to another episode of the Untold Origins, the series where I talk about the backstories of one or multiple minor characters from my series Legends. In today's episode, I'll be talking about Shimmer and Buddy. Both born in Wolverina, Shimmer and Buddy grew up together as good friends. Their owners were friends with each other, and both had been looking to adopt a dog for a while. Buddy was adopted first into his family, being brought from a reputable breeder. Shimmer, meanwhile, was found on the street with his siblings and taken to a shelter, where she was soon adopted. The pair got along great with each other. Shimmer was the adventurous one, always going to places where she knew she would get into trouble. Buddy would try to stop her, but temptation would usually get the best of him. Shimmer, you shouldn't be up there. But this has the best view of the outside. Look, you can see the squirrels in the trees. Wait, let me see. Their living situations were quite different. Shimmer's owners had a daughter who she would play with. She was very protective over her, and when it was just the two of them, she would show her softer, gentler side. The parents, on the other hand, were very strict and would discourage her antics, but to no avail. Buddy lived a more privileged life. His family was quite wealthy with no children, so he got all their attention. And thanks to his good behavior, he was often rewarded with treats and new toys, which he would share with Shimmer. Though, without her or his owners around, he would often be lonely. His owners eventually noticed this, so they started to drop him off with Shimmer's family to watch over him for the day, making them both happy. One day, Shimmer revealed to Buddy that she was a fairy. Promise me you won't freak out about this? I promise. Whoa, you're a fairy? Thankfully, Buddy was quite thrilled about the surprise, much to Shimmer's relief, but she still wasn't quite sure how to feel about it. She was excited when she first found out, but now is afraid of her owners finding out. They are originally from the Modern Lands, where magic is less common and in some towns is considered taboo. Though Shimmer's owners tolerated magic, they were still a little afraid of it, especially when it was used around their daughter. And Shimmer was afraid about what would happen to her if they were to find out the truth. The last thing she wanted was to go back to the shelter, or worse, the street. Buddy reassured her that everything would be fine, and that they could keep the secret together. As long as he was around, Shimmer wasn't going anywhere. Or at least, he'd hoped that was the case. Luckily, she was very good at not using her powers, and it seemed like her owners would never find out. But things soon changed. One day, when Shimmer and Buddy's owners were at the park, their daughter was playing near the playground when two werewolves suddenly grabbed and tried to take her away. Shimmer, being super protective, lunged at the werewolf, freeing the daughter, and Buddy helped her get back to her parents. During this, a werewolf attacked Shimmer, biting her down on one of her front legs. To free herself, she fired a powerful blast, scaring off the werewolves. Thanks to the desperate pleas of the daughter, Shimmer was rushed to the vet, but the damage was too much and the arm had to be amputated. But she couldn't care less about the arm. She was more concerned about what was going to happen to her when she got home. Buddy, however, did the best to comfort her. They're gonna take me away from her. That won't happen. It can't. Not after you saved their daughter. And not while I'm here. Unfortunately, the worst happened. Shimmer was taken out one night, dropped off at a random alley, and abandoned. She wanted to go after the car, but knew it would be pointless. So, she spent her first night on the street in years. Buddy was devastated when he found out Shimmer was gone. He was very depressed, and though his owners tried to cheer him up, nothing worked. One night, he ran away to find Shimmer. He knew his owners would be upset, but he had to find her and see if she is still alive. He wandered the streets for days, struggling. Since his life was very privileged, he had a hard time finding food, water, and a safe place to rest. However, Buddy refused to give up on his search. His stubbornness would have been the death of him since he collapsed of exhaustion, but luckily, Shimmer found him and nursed him back to health. What are you doing here? You should be at home, safe and sound. I was looking for you. I couldn't stay knowing you were here. Why? 'Cause I love you. Buddy did offer taking Shimmer back to his owners, but she refused. She was done living with humans and was ready to live on her own. And Buddy wanted to live with her, so he never went back. They officially got together, and despite the struggle, they were happy. One day, Shimmer told Buddy that she was expecting his pups, making him very happy. Unfortunately, she had a rough pregnancy, and as a result, gave birth too early. Because of this, all but one of their pups was stillborn. Shimmer requested that pup to be named Starlight, which Buddy agreed and promised to take care of her. Then she died, despite his effort to save her. He was devastated and wondered if they were with their owners, things could have been different. But he wasn't going back to them. It's not what Shimmer would have wanted. So, he stayed on the street with his pup, vowing to keep his promise. And that's all I have for this video. There's a little more to Buddy's story, but since his daughter is a major character, I'll save that for the episode he's in. Anyway, make sure to comment below what you thought of their backstory. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye!